value of Iran's currency has risen by more than 15% against the US dollar, and its stock market has shattered records in the wake of the Memorandum of Understanding agreed between the United States and Iran on Sunday. However, Iranians suffering for years from extremely high inflation and a plunging rial have found little economic relief as the prices of basic goods, such as food, remain high despite the diplomatic breakthrough.
Two men, including one who worked as a British immigration officer, were jailed after being convicted of spying on prominent pro-democracy dissidents now based in the United Kingdom on behalf of Hong Kong, and ultimately China, Chungbi Bilyun, 66, and Chi Leung Peterwai, 41, who worked for the UK Border Force, were imprisoned on Thursday after being convicted last month of assisting a foreign intelligence service by carrying out surveillance on targets between December 2023 and May 2024. Spotify's move to cater to music superfans is now going live. On Thursday, the streaming giant announced the launch of Reserved by Spotify, a new system that will identify eligible top fans of an artist, then hold 2 tour tickets for them before the general ticket sale opens. The feature will first be available starting today in the US for premium subscribers ages 18+. Timed alongside his tour news, Role Model will be the first artist partner to take advantage of the ticket holding system, and fans will begin to receive notifications about their secured tour tickets starting on June 23 before the general public sale. Spotify said it won't collect any fees on the transactions. The Federal Constitutional Court has issued a landmark ruling reinforcing women's inheritance rights, stating that no regional custom or family tradition can deprive women of their legal share in property. The court declared that denying women their inheritance rights violates both national law and Islamic principles, emphasizing that inheritance rights are clearly defined in the Holy Quran and must be strictly protected.
The US and Iran have agreed to a basic framework. Whether this formal consensus translates into a concrete agreement is an open question. While Iran has officially declared the end of the war, Israel insists our struggle has not yet ended. Between these two statements lies all the space the spoilers need. The ceasefire was made possible by pragmatists. It will be threatened by apocalypticists. In Washington and Jerusalem, there are people at the helm of affairs who do not read this war as a security crisis to be resolved, but a scheduled event, one that a ceasefire can delay but not, in their theology, prevent. For them, a deal is not a solution. It is an obstacle. And obstacles in the eschatological imagination are not negotiated around, they are removed.
Islamabad. The Supreme Court's SC on Thursday ordered the Adiala Jail Superintendent, Punjab's Home Secretary, the Islamabad Advocate General and the Punjab Advocate General to furnish their replies within 3 weeks in a case concerning the denial of access to incarcerated PTI founder Imran Khan. A petition was filed by PTI Secretary General Salman Akram Raja challenging the Islamabad High Court's IHC October 23, 2025 dismissal of his contempt petition, which sought enforcement of the court's directives regarding visitation rights for Imran's legal team at Adiala Jail.
A Russian shadow fleet tanker has entered the English Channel for the first time since UK forces boarded the Smirtos on Sunday morning, ship tracking data shows. Forwarder, a Russian-flagged ship that left port in Primorsk last week, entered the Channel on Wednesday evening and sailed south. It is broadcasting its final destination as China's Dongying port.
First ever hat-trick for Lionel Messi, heavyweight Spain stunned by tiny Cape Verde, and DR Congo silencing Cristiano Ronaldo-led Portugal. What more could you ask from the opening week of a FIFA World Cup? The United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has announced a new review of troop deployments in Europe, threatening to withhold some US dues to NATO if free-riding allies did not meet their defense spending commitments. Airing defense ministers at NATO headquarters in Brussels on Thursday, Hegseth said the review would last for up to 6 months and include consultations with Congress, which has legislated a minimum number of US forces in Europe.
Israeli air attacks on southern Lebanon have killed at least 3 people, Lebanese state media has reported, a day after the United States and Iran signed an interim agreement that called for an end to their war on all fronts, including Lebanon. Lebanon's national news agency, NNA, reported on Thursday that an Israeli drone attack hit a car near the town of Kfar Tebnit, killing 2 people. Adobe is updating its Firefly AI assistant with new chops and adding it to Premiere, Illustrator, InDesign, and Frame.io. The company has given the assistant new abilities to make brand kits, product videos, and storyboards. Plus, the Firefly app now lets users save whatever they've created as an element that can be used across projects. The government of Punjab has introduced a major reform in property taxation by making online payment of property tax mandatory under the provincial budget for the fiscal year 2026-27. Under the new policy, property owners will no longer be able to pay taxes through traditional manual or cash-based methods.
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has raised concerns about the long-term impact of advanced AI on businesses. In a recent essay posted on X, Nadella warned that powerful AI models are becoming highly capable of absorbing specialized corporate knowledge. He said this could put the same companies creating that expertise at a disadvantage.
The iPhone Air may have sold poorly, but that is not stopping Apple from bringing it back for redemption with a camera upgrade. Apple is reportedly working on a follow-up to the iPhone Air, the ultralight smartphone it introduced last fall. According to Mark Gurman at Bloomberg, the company may launch the second version of the device in spring 2027. Protests in Balochistan intensified on Thursday as the Balochistan Grand Alliance announced an indefinite shutdown of government offices and educational institutions across the province in response to the arrest of government employees. Following the announcement, administrative operations in several to slow down began, while protests in rally and frequency increased in scale and frequency. The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has proposed allocating $9.5 billion in its 2026-27 budget to establish model schools across the province, aiming to modernize the public education system. According to official budget documents, the initiative will upgrade 72 existing schools into model institutions designed to meet international education standards.
Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar said on Thursday that regarding the Indus Waters Treaty, IWT, responsible states act within established legal frameworks rather than abandoning them. The treaty envisages the peaceful resolution of disputes within its own framework, he said in a recorded keynote address at a seminar on water resources, also noting that Pakistan had previously voiced concerns over certain actions by India under the treaty.
European Union, EU, High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Kaja Kallas and Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar exchanged words on X after Kallas reportedly compared Israel's treatment of Palestinians in the West Bank, Gaza and Gaza to South Africa's apartheid-era policies. Sa'ar said he was severing all contact with the EU official after Kallas committed to a constructive relationship with Israel.
Hadra Yamin is a force to be reckoned with. Her acting prowess is compelling and irrefutable. All she needs to do is step into a frame and the eye is drawn towards her. She won't be the loudest voice in the room, nor will she court headlines with regular viral social media content. She might not play the main lead per se in a project. But in spite of all this, Hadra always stands apart on the basis of sheer talent.
A 63-year-old British man has died in a paragliding accident in Spain's northeastern Catalonia region. Authorities have said emergency services received a report of the accident in the Palau de Noguera area near the town of Tremp about 13:30 local time, 14:30 BST on Wednesday.
US President Donald Trump and Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian have electronically signed a memorandum of understanding to extend a ceasefire in the US-Iran war. Pakistan, which has been mediating the peace process, said the Islamabad MoU had gone into effect as of Wednesday.
The prices of Apple products will have to increase due to the new demand for memory chips from the artificial intelligence boom. Outgoing Apple CEO Tim Cook has told the Wall Street Journal. Unfortunately, price increases are unavoidable, he told the newspaper on Wednesday, adding that his company has been trying to shield customers from the increases, but that it had become unsustainable.
Real Madrid confirmed the arrival of defender Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool on Thursday on a 4-year deal at the end of his contract at Anfield. Los Blancos and centre-back Konate reach an agreement for him to become a Real Madrid player for the next 4 seasons, until June 30th, 2030, said the Spanish Giants in a statement.
The United States provided details of the 14-point memorandum of understanding it reached with Iran on Wednesday. Neither has released a physical copy, but a US official read out the text during a call with reporters on Wednesday. Iranian officials have yet to confirm the US version of the text. Waymo has recalled its fleet of nearly 4,000 robotaxis to restrict them from driving on highways while it figures out how to make the vehicles behave around construction zones. The recall comes after Waymo identified at least 13 instances of its robotaxis driving into highway sections that were closed for construction. 6 of these happened in Phoenix, Arizona in April, and 7 occurred in San Francisco, California in May. Forget stickers, GIFs and emoji reactions. Pixie is betting that the next evolution of messaging is interactive augmented reality, AR. The startup launched its messaging native app on the App Store on Wednesday, allowing users to send AI-powered AR characters through iMessage. Instead of appearing as static media, the characters come to life through the recipient's iPhone camera, where they can react to then interact with people and respond in real time. Researchers in Australia have developed an innovative digital tool that can rapidly and accurately identify cancer patients who develop immune-related colitis, a potentially serious side effect of immunotherapy. The tool was created by Peter MacCallum Cancer Centre and uses a clinician-verified digital phenotype, a computer algorithm that analyses electronic medical records to detect immune-related colitis. The inflammatory bowel condition affects up to 50% of patients receiving immune checkpoint inhibitor immunotherapy.
The Capital Development Authority, CDA, has revoked the No Objection Certificate, NOC, issued to Wazir Rawalpindi for installing and operating tube wells along the Islamabad Expressway service road from Faizabad to the Coral Interchange. The authority has ordered the immediate closure of all tube wells covered under the revoked approval due to concerns over excessive groundwater extraction.
The Islamabad High Court, IHC, has announced its summer vacation schedule for 2026, with the court set to remain on break from July 1 to August 31. According to an official notification issued by the Registrar's Office, Chief Justice of the Islamabad High Court has approved the summer vacation period, which will be observed from July 1, 2026 to August 31, 2026.
Pakistan women's captain Fatima Sana is set to feature in the 100 this year after Birmingham Phoenix signed her in the wildcard draft. Fatima Sana will become the first Pakistan player to play in the women's 100 this season. The all-rounder has taken Birmingham Phoenix's 4th overseas slot, which became available after Cricket Australia withdrew left-arm seamer Hobvutsi Hamilton to manage her workload.